Hello, I'm FTX and welcome back to another Minecraft news video. Today I have some Minecraft news to share with you all that is to do with the Console Edition's Christmas update. We got a really big hint towards that, so we're pretty certain that the December update will be coming out for console. I'll share why in today's video, but also we have Jeb talking about Cornets. This is something that happened a few days ago, but a lot of people have been telling me to re-go look at it, and it really does seem like he implies that Cornets will be coming into survival, or at the very least some replacement for Cornets will be coming to survival on the Java and on the Bedrock Edition, and basically there's just exciting news all round. We have a couple of other pieces to share, and hopefully you do all enjoy the mega Minecraft news video. Like if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do like staying up to date with the latest going-ons in Minecraft. But let's get straight into the very first thing, which is actually going to be the Minecraft livestream, where they spoke a bit about the console update in response to a question.
But if you add the new skin back, you might update to fix bugs and other things. You know, Mega? We might just do that.
There are no bugs.
We might just do that. Hang tight, more to say in the coming weeks, obviously. But now is not the time or place.
So what he says right there is like, oh yeah, we might just do that in response to being asked a question about will you release an update? Oh yeah, we you know, that's a really weird thing to say if you're not going to do it. And then also saying like, oh yeah, you'll hear more about that in the coming weeks. So bear in mind the coming weeks would be like, what, you mean like the end of December? No, realistically at some point, you know, either just before it comes out or the days, but like, you know, really close when it's coming out, they're going to announce this Christmas update. And because we have Jeb saying maybe they'll do it, we have 4J doing their winking faces, and now we have the Microsoft, you know, the Redmond guys also saying like, oh yeah, we might do that and maybe you'll hear about it in 2 weeks. That's enough for confirmation to me. You don't hear this many sources saying maybe unless they literally don't know, which I don't imagine is the case. So we're going to be seeing a console edition update of some form this Christmas, and I don't know what's coming in it, but it's going to have either a mashup pack or a mini game for certain, plus whatever else comes in. So pretty exciting stuff if you ask me, but that's the end of the console edition stuff. I just figured I'd share that now. I'm like, you know, I would recommend scheduling your days off or whatever you have to do, like, you know, just block it in like 20th or 18th or 19th or something. There is going to be a Christmas update for console, but let's talk about the other edition, because Jeb, while he mentioned that 1.13 wouldn't be coming out this December, he did a huge live stream. He answered some Minecraft questions, and in that live stream, he answered a question about Cornets in this really, it was 3 minutes long. I had to cut it down, but he answered it in this really long form, and I wanted to share the cut down version with you to see what you think about this.
The problem is that on Java edition, if you disable sheets, you also disable all commands, which means that if you're a client connecting to a server, you don't have access to commands, of course, but that also meant that you didn't have access to coordinates. When we made Bedrock, we could fix that, to despair of many players that had gotten used to always seeing the coordinates everywhere. But we are working on making a fix for this. Primarily, we're gonna fix so that some sheets don't disable achievements. And then we're gonna add gameplay ways of finding out things that you used to, like tools and stuff that will help you find your base and find other players and such without actually just giving you the coordinates.
So yeah, that's pretty exciting, right? I mean, again, he said a lot of stuff, and he said it in a way that, you know, might seem roundabout, like, why is he talking about the Java edition, then moving to Bedrock? But the simple kind of thing that I got from that is that the reason that, you know, Java and console had coordinates is because on Java it was because of servers, and on console it's just a separate thing. So the reason that Bedrock didn't have it is because they figured from scratch, coordinates should be a cheat, they're a bit too OP. They realized that everyone likes coordinates, everyone thinks coordinates are valuable. He mentioned the house solution, and he basically says, like, yeah, we should work out a fix for that, but he doesn't seem to clarify too much about what his fix will be. He says at some point that coordinates shouldn't be a cheat, but he might be talking about the Java there, so it's not really too clear. But what he does say for certain is that there will be coordinate-like features in the game. If there isn't coordinates as a not cheat, because he just says some cheats won't be, you know, like disabling achievements, but what he does say with 100% certainty is there will be new features. He's specifically working on new features in the next update that can help you do stuff like finding your house or finding where you are, and that sounds pretty exciting if you ask me, because even, you know, if we get coordinates, I'd I'd really prefer that. That'd be great. But if we also get ways to find your friends, or we also get ways to find your house if you lose it, that could be a lot of the benefit for that too. Again, I feel like there are so many benefits to Cornets, and if they're going to try and add new items to kind of work around that, in the same way the console edition, it didn't have Cornets until, I think it was TU2 actually, the very, first ever update. It didn't have Cornets until then, because then they added on maps. They're like, oh yeah, maps exist, let's use those for it. That was a really ingenious solution. I think it's the best implementation on any version, and therefore they could do something like that, where they're like, oh, what if we took this existing item? I'm going to make up a thing in my head, but what if we took the clock and we're like, yeah, let's make that have Cornets. It does make sense, but you could also make it, instead of having Cornets, like have your nearest base be pointed to. There's all these different ideas. You'd have the compass, like you could tell it what to point to. There's all these different ways you could do things, and I'm excited to see that, because I feel like more Minecraft features always a good thing. So again, he says he doesn't know which update's coming in, so like we could see it like in 1.3, we could see it in like a bug fix update, but they are working on it. It is a priority, and that sounds great if you ask me. I just don't know if Cornets will come, but we are going to get Cornet-like features, and that's something I think was definitely worth sharing. Let me know what you think of that, like your interpretation, because it really is one of these things where it's like, I think he said that, but I'm not certain. Anyway, let's move on from that to talk about Aubrey Norris, who did actually respond to my video. I made one earlier in this week, and everyone always says when I make these videos, like, Toy Cat, why are you telling the people the things that we don't like about the game? You should only be positive all the time. People say that is basically what I'm saying here, and Aubrey Norris actually did look at that. She said she gave it to the right people, and she liked that, like there was feedback on the specific things we wanted, and honestly, that's a big thing you gotta get. I feel like a lot of people have this opinion that like there is negativity and there's positivity, only positivity, but it's like I really want Minecraft to be the best game it can be. I have thousands of things because I like the game, and stuff like this just reminds you that if you put if you put feedback out there in the right way, then it will go to the right places and it will do the right things. And I just wanted to mention that. And also, it's pretty cool for Aubrey Norris to respond to that and actually send it to the right people, so that the developers can work on those changes, and the console edition of the Xbox edition of Bedrock will feel a bit better, which is something kind of interesting. Moving on from that though, we also have another bit of news that there is a brand new Minecraft Java snapshot out. 1.13 is like absurdly close to finished. They're not releasing it by December, but it's basically done now is the point here. So just a fun little fact before we go. So I hope you did all enjoy today's Minecraft news video. We're getting Cornet-like features in the next Bedrock and Java updates, or Bedrock or Java, we're not certain which, as well as Cornets being in some form of non-sheet form, and that's pretty exciting. And then we're also getting a console edition update this December. I'm excited because there's sometimes mini games, there's sometimes more, and basically, Minecraft as a whole is moving forwards. The Bedrock and Java editions are delayed into 2018, but the console edition is getting an update this year, and that's pretty exciting if you ask me. And also, this is streamless right now. If you don't know, for December, I'm streaming every single day, and that's what you're seeing in the background. This is actually me going to my Woodland Mansion. I'm reconstructing. I had the craziest stream yesterday, as you'll know if you were all there. It was the most nuts stream I've ever done, and if you want to either watch that stream or you want to see new streams, then make sure you turn notifications on. I will be streaming more segments off this. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 more parts over the coming weeks, so if you want to see streamers, then every single day we're going to be live streaming, and it's been great fun so far, so I hope to see you all in the next live stream. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.